everyone, and welcome to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. After Show. I'm your host, Bryan, and joining me, like always, we have Sarah and Daniel. Guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
If you're joining us in the chat, make sure to be sending those questions. We will be monitoring that. Sarah's on the chat. If you're following us on Twitter and YouTube, things like that, make sure to use the hashtag AOSAS because we're going to be talking about this all week. So guys, episode 13, parting shots.
That happened.
Oh boy.
How do you feel?
There's so much. There's so much. There were major feels. There were major feels. Honestly, like you know, there was you know, worry at one moment. You know, there was emotion. There was fear, and all those emotions happened when Matt cried. So that's for me. I don't know about you guys.
I really did not like this episode. I thought it was.
No, I'm playing.
I'm gonna be honest.
No,
okay?
no,
I
agree.
Thought, like, I get what they were doing. There's, you know, it's the backdoor pilot, but it is so boring. If this was the pilot, I would be like, guys, you're in trouble. Can we? Let's not. It was just really long. It was really slow. Not a lot happened until like evil Peter Pan showed up, which I thought was awesome. And then and then they sent them off on their way, and now maybe we can get out of this weird little mid-season slump and back to the actual story.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow episode. I think they were trying to be like, see, Bobby and Hunter are boring on this show. You want them to leave. Of course, then everyone on Twitter was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad.
The show is over.
It was the end of an era.
It was a tough ending, but let's just get right into it. State of the team. Let's break it down.
Well, they're all very sad.
Everyone's sad, but is the team getting complacent? Are they like, yeah, we're spies, we're pretty awesome, because they were crappy this week.
They were awful.
Bobby and Hunter get snuck up on by 4 loud-moving Russian grunts.
And they're supposed to be like the best of the best.
Yeah.
No one is supposed to be able to be like, oh. And they're not, like, what, the talk of vacation distracted them too much?
Well, and even on top of that, just to show how bad the Russian guards were, Bobby's disguise fooled them. The oversized jacket, the hat.
Oh, God.
The bad Russian accent. And she's their linguist, apparently. But.
Yeah.
She was really upset that other people didn't learn languages. And I'm just like, well, they weren't originally spies like you, so you should
half the team just kind of jumped into this.
Yeah, she was a hacker. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think the team is, they're getting maybe too used to relying on the abilities of their inhuman counterparts.
I think that's fair. I also think they're getting really bored because if they think Ward is dead, they're like, oh, we're going after the last head of Hydra. Okay. We're finding more Inhumans. Okay. Like, they don't know what to do with themselves right now.
Then there is the S.H.I.E.L.D. mixer where they're all going to get together with some of the ATCU guys. It's kind of like a dance. And,
it's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
I don't know. It felt like none of the team was taking the mission seriously. Now, I get that there's a lot of kind of like jokes and stuff, and that's part of Marvel's humor, but it just didn't seem to stop. Like, even when Hunter's talking to Fitz about the documentary.
Yeah.
G-Force, it's
like, can we pay attention,
really?
please?
I mean, Coulson's the only one who's like, guys, in Siberia.
The only joke that for me really landed and I laughed out loud was when Hunter and Bobby are captured and he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Augustus Ravenclaw Hunter. I just thought that was really funny.
I think he was great in the interrogation stuff. He was like, mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Chicken bouillon.
I could have actually watched the entire episode just him being interrogated.
Yeah,
that would have been a lot more entertaining. But so, okay, I think we're all in agreement. The team was not at their best.
Absolutely not.
And
and they even kind of gave up when the Peter Pan villain was attacking them. Like, Daisy's like, how do we do this? What do we do? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't stop it. You can't. Okay. Hey, remember when we used to just murder people?
Yeah. Like, how about we just go back to that?
Yeah. Let's do that part.
Because they're all bad. And they're all trying to kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
defense.
Let us know if you disagree. I mean, we clearly thought the team was getting a little lazy, but if you don't agree, let us know. Use the hashtag AOSAS.
Or if you do agree.
Or if you do agree, because I'm pretty sure everyone agrees with us.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Because we're right. Moving on, this is a little more team dynamic stuff, but we got more of the May and Hunter. We actually got them to kind of hash it out. And
now it doesn't even matter.
But, yeah, now it doesn't matter, but at the same time, I don't think their positions were very clear.
No.
It's like you gotta. I was just trying to take care of, business. It's like, but you need to protect the team. It's like, but you were just thinking about your husband.
Yeah, like bigger picture. I'm the person to your side. Like, I get it, but now it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. I guess the question is,
yes.
does it matter? But B, does May forgive Hunter?
Yes.
Do you think she did? And that's like her wink and nod at the end?
At the end, I think that was her
Definitely,
moment.
that's what it was for.
It's like,
because they're doing that whole thing that they had just talked about.
that's true.
And he followed through with.
He put it into practice.
Yes.
He took Bobby and him took the bullet for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost literally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I will say the entire episode, I was waiting for that. They got captured on purpose. There's they've got some tech or something, and it's
gonna be great.
And it's gonna make me be like, these are great spies, and okay, maybe it burns them, but at least they would be going out in a blaze of glory, not that way.
Right? And now it worries me if they're getting their own show. Are they gonna be this bad?
Yeah, I possibly, and that's the worry. I mean,
Do they need,
do
they need to go on vacation to like Maui or where were they? Costa Rica, and then they can regenerate.
It's just like those worst spies ever. If that's
Take a
how it
nap.
worked out, it was just all right. Let's you're disavowed. Sorry, they gave up so quickly too. They were just ready. Coulson walked in. Yep, sorry, yep, that's it. There's no other choice. And he was like, well, we can do this, that, and the other. Nope, sorry, it doesn't work. Nope, I'm sorry. It was just like, what happened?
I think just so you guys know, we actually like Hunter and Bobby.
Bobby is my favorite.
Yeah.
He is your favorite.
yes.
We talk about it all the time, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Hunter gets to make the best jokes. His quips are great, but it just this week wasn't.
It was like, who are they? I felt like I didn't recognize them
They
as
were trying to
characters
build
and
the
people.
dynamic between the two because it's been so off and on through the season that they're like, see, no, they actually they really like each other. It's not going to be a weird spin-off series where it's like, are they going to break up in the first few episodes? Or
No, they're solid, but they're awful.
They're solid, but they need to go back to spy school. So. You mentioned Peter Pan, so we're going to jump into the Peter Pan shadow, but don't forget, let us know if you guys thought Hunter and Bobby were weak this episode, just like everyone else.
And if it makes you worry about their spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hashtag AOSAS. And does May forgive Hunter? Yeah, let us know. But the general.
The general.
Oh, boy.
First of all, I'm not... I really kind of wanted to know more about that chair he was in, because I don't see how that prevents his shadow from just like
running away.
He's so close to the chair, he doesn't have a shadow. Or,
Is that how it works?
I don't know how it works. They didn't explain it. They just said it's Dark Force.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I did appreciate that they at least brought the whole Dark Force idea back, bringing it from Agent Carter season 2 to this. Great, that was cool. Besides that, I was like, so what?
I have to disagree with you. I think Dark Force is getting overused.
Oh.
We had Blackout in season, I want to say it was season 1, who was a Dark Force user. This is the guy who was
I forgot about him.
going after the cellist.
Yeah, that's right.
Then we have the whole Agent Carter spinoff. Now we've got this guy. I'm worried that Dark Force is just going to kind of be this, oh crap, he's got powers. It's Dark Force. He's an Inhuman, but it's Dark Force.
It's the cop-out.
Yeah,
That way
it's
we
the Deus
don't have to
Machina,
explain
that's
it.
They can just be like, this is it. Okay.
Or if they are
Dark
really
Force?
going to use Dark Force, explain it. Give us more of that. Talk to Scott Erickson. Find out how he's going to use Dark Force and be like,
You're telling them to use exposition?
yes.
Oh.
science-y words can be used in a good way.
Okay.
You want to know?
All
You
right.
want to know why they can use exposition? Because it would give Fitz and Simmons something to do.
It
Yes, and
absolutely
they've
would.
done it before.
Yes, that's
So
what
it's
Fitz and
something-
Simmons
exactly.
are there for.
Yeah.
We've got a big thing we need to explain. Oh, hey, we've got scientists that can explain it with computer models. And,
And they're adorable and can have their own sexual tension while telling it.
yes. Well, and that's kind of, I think we're going to get more of that now that
Hope so.
Yeah.
I miss that.
that is the most wanted part of the show now.
Look at that.
Tying it in. Sorry.
Nice. Nice.
Hashtag AOSAS. Tell us what your worst, or the worst joke of the night was.
Yes, please.
I love you, Bryan.
But that scene where they're in the bar.
Oh, that scene. The
Boy, oh
5-minute scene.
The 5 minutes of them slowly,
My
like,
gosh.
worst
I
waiter,
get it.
worst waiter ever.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah.
like, okay, I'm pretty sure everyone ordered those drinks at the same time. It wasn't like, hey, only take this drink after we've made eye contact.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
And
once
al-
we make eye contact, you can take the other one.
But also, it just proves even more what terrible spies Bobby and Hunter are. Because how did they not see their entire team in the bar?
And,
I'm saying Mac was in this episode, and that dude's huge.
Yeah.
and Fitz and Simmons aren't stealthy.
No.
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 Not at all.
I'm like, they're just
usually
like,
tripping over
oh,
something.
where did this come from? They're just distracted by their sadness.
I think we did get a nice way to judge
Sorry.
how good S.H.I.E.L.D. and the agents are, though. Because the guy they had tailing them was even worse.
Worse.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
like,
He's-
hey, is this a light beer? I just... I
And that's why I'm like, he didn't notice anyone else.
Can I get
in
some
the
more
bar.
peanuts? I didn't, like, they clearly stopped and were staring at the guy tailing him, and he was just like,
well, you know I'm here.
I wish this was like a TGI Fridays or something.
Right.
Get some hot wings.
Have some wings. Get those fried green beans.
He was probably still waiting for his waitress. That was the problem.
Oh, fair.
He was like, "Where is she?" And she's too busy bringing single cups of drinks all one by one instead
They're
of
like,
just getting a tray.
I love though that like, after like the second one showed up, she's like, Bobby's like, oh, it's a spy's farewell. I'm like, oh,
You know that?
You
And
knew
it's not just the guy thinks you're cute?
Yeah, right.
Or that, no, never mind. But,
Oh boy.
so, okay, but just the question, because based on Twitter, everyone was super emotional about this.
Yeah.
Did it choke you up at all? I mean,
Like I said before, for me, it was that Mac's a big guy, and you don't want to see a big guy cry. It's something unsettling about it. And when he did, and then he turned, and the glory tear came down, I was like, all right, well, now I'm feeling it too. That's it. I mean, I don't care if you're just a big man and you
Well,
turn and do the single tear. I'm in. You
and
got
you
me.
had said like it's like seeing your dad cry.
You want to walk out the room.
You're like,
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable. And I want to, and it's not like, guys, don't cry. No, that's not it. Like, cry. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah.
No one thinks you're less of a man for crying.
No.
However, I just think it was how long it went on for, and it was just like the wide into the close-up.
Just
And we're just gonna hold
kept
it
turning
there.
back.
Then we're gonna pan, but then we're gonna go back. And I'm just like, oh, Now, like it went from being emotional to being like, okay, I'm good now.
well, in his defense, they were all a team. Most of their team got straight up
Absolutely.
murdered in the first couple episodes of, was it this season or?
yeah,
it's this
yep.
season. So his
get it.
family that kind of came together after Hydra and all that stuff kind of came out of S.H.I.E.L.D. His family is now gone, and he does have his new family, but it's the closing of a chapter.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying don't let him feel emotional. Just please don't do it for 5 minutes, because then that just gets uncomfortable. Because it just went on for like, and it's with all of them. It went on like 30 seconds. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
It really was 5 minutes. It could have been 2.5, and it would have like had more impact.
Yeah.
To me.
Now, this is jumping back a little, but it's kind of to how Bobby and Hunter get disavowed. That's the technical term for what's going on. But did it bug anyone else that the president was just hanging out in Siberia?
Right? Where did he come from?
Well, was he there for some level of peace talks or something? Because I don't remember getting a reason, full,
No.
real reason.
Nobody
It was
goes
just,
to Siberia for peace talks.
Okay, thank you. He just showed up and then was like, hey, and while you're here, I'll help you, blah, blah. They didn't give us an answer.
Nope.
They just said, well, here's the president, guys.
Dark Force.
Yeah. Dark Force? That's exactly how it happened.
You know what it was? They want to introduce Cloak from Cloak and Dagger, because then they could teleport, but they just, because he's a mutant, can't do it. So they're just implying.
The M word.
M word? Oh, next week's going to be a big M word week.
Oh, no.
But that's next week. So, okay, last topic. And this comes at the very end. This was the sting. And before we say who we think Gideon's daughter is,
Oh, yes.
let us, everyone real quick, go on Twitter, use the hashtag AOSAS. Let us know who you think she is, okay? We're going to be like, okay, time's up. I actually love that we're getting to see more of Gideon Malick, because he had kind of turned into just a patsy for a couple episodes there.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing he's still kind of a player. He's like, oh, my plans didn't work out, but that's okay. I've got other plans working. And then, so his daughter, he's kind of confided in, and she's totally on board, drinking the Kool-Aid, knows what's going on. A lot of people were curious who she is and what her deal is with Ward, because she clearly was like, I have never met this guy, but he's the embodiment of all of my cultish dreams. I must have him.
Yeah, that was unsettling.
So the kind of the theory of the week that I'm going with is that she will eventually be the MCU version of Madam Hydra.
Who we spoke about last week.
We spoke about last week because of, it came up with, can they separate Ward from the Hive? Madam Hydra is the one that got shot by a traitor from Hydra who was betraying her and Hydra to Leviathan.
Right.
Super comic-y.
Yes.
But she'd been dead a few hours when Hive shows up and is like, spores.
Yeah.
And then
she's like, hey, I'm alive with an octopus on my head.
Hey.
Like you do.
Well, I think Bethany would love that costume. Can we
Yeah.
give that to her?
She could totally work that.
I love her. I saw her and I was like, One Tree Hill! And I got really excited.
So the actress is, it's Bethany Joy Lenz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for what this character can bring, especially if it is Madam Hydra.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to shake things up, and I think that's what the team needs, because they're getting lazy, they're getting complacent, they don't know what to do with themselves, and they are about to have a huge problem.
Yes. I agree. Madam Hydra is one of kind of the more dangerous leaders in the Hydra organization.
Yeah.
And she's aggressive, she's very skilled at martial arts and clearly weapons.
Yeah,
Clearly.
which we saw.
Yeah,
Well,
she like
Pull.
it's like not even out of the trap and she had shot it.
Yeah,
It's like,
Yeah.
exactly.
girl can shoot.
Like, we get it.
I think this makes a lot of sense, especially if they are going to try and have some weird relationship stuff going on between her and Ward Hive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
So
75, 80% sure that that's exactly it. I think your theory is right on.
see that? I know what I'm talking about.
Nailing it.
Yes. So let us know what you guys think on that. Let us know in the chat room if you agree with that, because I just basically want people to tell me I'm right. But we're going to go to a quick break. Give us your questions. We will be hitting up all the Twitter stuff and the chat room once we're back. So we'll be back in a few.
Gotta look. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Oh, you'd want to take the time travel the whole way back.
How did we not figure that out?
We had a crazy vampire threesome, and you can't unsee that. That's burned into my brain now.
I was like,
How did you get here?
no. Look at me, I'm dancing.
You know why we saying yes. You You know why we saying yes?
He was like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want.
He is quite something.
And we're like, inseparable.
She was shadier than Sunglass Hut with Ray-Bans on sale, ladies and gentlemen.
It wasn't. So
Come on!
You just went to a totally different direction on that.
When a billionaire goes broke, it means he's got like $4 million.
Hold the phone.
hold on.
Bro.
I found her to be deliciously out of control.
Oh man, looking forward to this fight.
Ooh, they about to get together. Watch, it's about to go down.
Somebody better take some pictures of this.
She just slapped the crap out of Nick.
And he's just
It's so good.
You can't count anything out.
Look at you.
It's been another awesome night at the Stream.tv, guys.
Thank you for joining us, you guys. We love you.
And we are back, and we are here now to answer your questions. So make them good ones. First with Twitter, what do we got?
Well, Twitter's blowing up, and first thing I want to go ahead and talk about or pay attention to is at 3 Black Geeks. That's 3 of me. I hate how some sites are jumping to the conclusions that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is screwed now that Bobby and Hunter are gone. So that alone for me, honestly,
Well, I don't think the show is screwed, but I do think for those that keep complaining that they want Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back and not a mutant show, that this is going to give them what they want.
I agree. I mean, I don't think that Hunter
With Bobby and Hunter,
are-
not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
that's going to stay a mutant show.
I don't think Bobby and Hunter are like the literal glue that holds the whole show together.
No.
I mean, there's a whole team. So yes, we lose 2 components, but still, we're not losing the entire team. I mean, for goodness sake, it's a whole team.
We have how many left?
Yeah, exactly.
So
There's
many, guys. There's so many.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they added a special dynamic. I don't think you can't ignore that. But
No.
their storyline had gotten so to the point of let's run away, that we were kind of hearing that a little too often, and we weren't getting the, Bobby undercover like when we first got introduced to her. That was, seeing her at her best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the show is going to do fine, and the fear that people have that it's going to be all superpowers. Look, that's part of the comics. This show is
Cry to them.
pulling so much from the Secret Warriors series,
Exactly.
and that's based all around Nick Fury and Daisy setting up a
Mm-hmm.
team of powered people to help him. So this is exactly what it's advertised to be.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with that.
Well, the next tweet comes from, I'm going to need your help here. If you can just, I'm so bad at this, I apologize.
Arya Rotel.
Yes, that's the name. And
It's right there.
there's nothing funnier than a U.S. show trying to do Russia. It's always hilariously bad.
Yeah.
You ready, Sistra?
Oh, yes, comrade. It's a combination of 2 accents. It's so horrible. It's like that bad.
Like, look at this. She's swimming. Like,
It's always that way too. It's like
Well,
the
and
giant
she
jacket.
she just puts on an angry face, and that's
Yeah.
Russian.
That's it.
that's it. That's all you get.
Oh, jeez.
And the computer. This is like some top secret facility in Siberia, and it's like it's Russia, so they don't have anything more than like a Windows 95.
Right.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, they didn't beat us to the moon, so
Yeah, so that's how.
everything stalled back then.
Not that informed. Not that informed, are they? It's horrible.
We agree with you.
We agree
Yeah.
with you. That was ridiculous.
And last but not least, at Femseto. I'm really bad at this, guys, today.
You're
I'm so sorry.
entertaining me.
I know
Keep
I
going.
am, right? Watch him struggle. If Marvel stays
Schadenfreude.
invested in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. through Infinity War, they have some amazing stories to tell, if they figure out how to tell them.
I don't know anything about
Oh, really?
that. So I'm going to lean on you guys
There
and
are
your
so
knowledge.
many ifs here. Part of the problem, again, this is the separation of the movies and the TV shows and the Netflix. Is that the movies will never directly reference the shows. The shows do it in passing for the most part.
Right.
I think like Civil War, or like Winter Soldier, Civil War will have a bigger impact, but probably not as much as Winter Soldier. The one hope I have, and this goes back to this past week, Joe Russo, who's one of the Russo brothers that directed Winter Soldier and Civil War and is going to be doing the Infinity series, he said that Marvel's going to bring back their one-shots.
Yeah.
But not just on the DVDs. These are going to be direct to online content. So my hope is that they use these to tie everything together.
Okay.
The stuff in the shows, the movies, Netflix.
Yeah.
Mind you, I have nothing to substantiate this. This is just pure nerd hope. But if that happens, then it will be easier for the shows to be like, the Infinity War happened. This is the fallout. This is the story we can tell.
Right.
Doctor Strange happened.
Instead
Now
of just-
we know what Dark Force is.
Instead of
now
calling
we can
it,
explain that.
Instead of just calling it the incident.
Yes. Or
I mean, we got a lot of time. The first one doesn't come out until 2018.
Yeah.
right, but that brings up an issue you were mentioning earlier.
Which was?
The
I talked about so much.
syndication.
Syndication thing.
Oh, okay. It is a worry I have that people have poking at me due to this show because I like the
Facebook
show. Yes, stop it. No. And they're telling me, well, okay, hey, 4 seasons, 100 episodes, syndication. Now ABC can say goodbye to the show. But you brought up something that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the thought I had is shows like this and kind of like Lost that are very serialized, they're hard to do in syndication. Like Star Trek The Next Generation, Simpsons, Family Guy, you can watch an episode and it does not matter where it is. They're all standalone, even if there is a broader story arc.
Right.
I don't know that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fits that. And so that's why I don't necessarily have the syndication fear. I think there's something else going on here, possibly that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets ABC a key demographic that they aren't getting with any other shows. So
That could be it.
Well, I mean, they're having a spin-off, so
Yeah.
it can't be doing that
terrible.
bad.
yes,
They're investing more money.
Yeah.
they see something that makes them happy. Like,
Exactly.
There you go.
That's all there is
That's
to
what it is.
So, okay, that was Twitter.
Yes.
We're going to be moving over to chat room.
Chat
Once again,
room.
guys, don't
Hi,
forget that hashtag AOSAS. But Sarah, what do you got?
Okay. So there's a couple things going on in here, and I think are neat. I'm going to tie 2 of them together. So it's, level completed said that we already got Madam Hydra in Carter.
And actually, in Carter Season 2 is Madam Mask. So, different Madam.
Madams. And then Andrew, I'm sorry about your last name. Cantabine? You can correct me in the chat. Says if she's Madam Hydra, that would also make her Viper, unless they want to separate the Viper concept from Madam Hydra's concept, since the Viper is shared with the X-Men series and they used her.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I didn't call her Viper.
Yeah, there you go.
This is the X-Men, the Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Viper was in that as kind of the most bizarre placement of character ever.
Yeah.
But that technically, yes, Viper was there, and this Madam Hydra is. There's so many characters that have used the name. It's malleable.
Okay.
I think it's
I
fair
agree.
to say
I
that.
agree.
All right, and then Martin, hi. He makes a really good point that I don't know how I didn't think about this. As far as Bobby and Hunter kind of taking the bullet, he's like, I don't know why they couldn't just lie and say they aren't with us and then secretly bring them back on. What is the point of being a secret organization if you have to follow arbitrary rules?
Jeez.
It makes yeah.
Because
yeah.
all of a sudden, we
They
are
don't have a
very
show.
concerned what Russia thinks about our spying.
I mean, we haven't in a while, and we need to.
You know, I mean,
It's something
We
that
don't want to cause the Cold War again.
the superpowers Cold War.
The superpowers Cold War.
We don't want to
you go.
cause it. It's already on.
But I think that's a really good point because, like, yes, they could have done that. They could just be like, oh yeah, haha. We'll see you in a few months, guys.
One
And
thought
then-
I did actually have about their show is it's not so much going to be like them starting their own spies for hire kind of thing, but it might actually be a kind of a fugitive style show where they're actually being hunted.
Oh, that's
So
that's
maybe
interesting.
like the first half they're being hunted, second half they turn it around to kind of go after the people that are hunting them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Crazy theory on this is I want it to be Leviathan, which is the Russian version of Hydra.
Yeah.
So
that's actually not
I
bad.
would love that because then
This guy.
Then the two shows could come together, kind of like Arrow and Flash do, for a big crossover.
I can't imagine they won't cross them over.
They're totally
they
going
have
to.
Going to.
But you bring Hydra with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Leviathan with Most Wanted, and you get a big party.
A big kerfuffle,
So
if you will.
that's our show, guys. What did you think of this episode this week? Let us know your questions. Let us know where you agreed or disagreed with us in the comments below. Also on Twitter, use the hashtag AOSAS. Now, parting shot. The title of this episode had two meanings. One, parting shot, Hunter and Bobby are leaving, but also a parting shot, the spy's farewell. So, as we say goodbye tonight, the spy's farewell. Good night, guys.